Will terror become Bangladesh's newest export?
What came out of the visit was a counter strategy to put India in place. Flags of ISI and the Hamas have been lately seen in Bangladesh. And most dangerous thing that Turkey and Qatar also have come in a very visible form. The basic aim of ISIS is to develop Bangladesh into an epicenter of terrorism. The only target is India.
Pakistan-Bangladesh ties have strongly resumed momentum ever since late 2024. Direct sea trade between the two countries resumed for the first time since the formation of Bangladesh in 1971. Top leaders have met on several occasions since late 2024, and direct flights have also resumed as well after a 14-year hiatus. Under Tarique Rahman's leadership, Dhaka has largely kept Islamabad at arm's length, perhaps to appease domestic sentiment and also to maintain balance with India. But a recent press conference held by Bangladesh's ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in New Delhi has left Dhaka outraged. Hasina's son, Sajeeb Wazed, made several claims ahead of Hasina's address during the press conference, which included alleging the protests that culminated in her ouster in Bangladesh were not a peaceful student movement. And Bangladesh had become another Pakistan on India's eastern frontier. He also states that the next set of terrorists globally are going to be coming from Bangladesh. Is Bangladesh becoming a new hub for terrorism? Joining me to discuss this further on Game Plan, it's my absolute honor to introduce Major General Sudhakarji, senior geopolitical analyst and strategic international affairs and defense expert. His illustrious military career spanned nearly 4 decades in the Indian Army, and he has extensive experience with Bangladesh and India's immediate strategic neighborhood. Sir, absolute pleasure having you here with me on Game Plan. Are the growing Pakistan-Bangladesh ties, should they be a matter of concern for India?
Short answer to you, Shivan, is yes. It is a matter of serious concern, and we need to look at it not only from our national point of view, but regional as also global challenges are going to take very ugly shape if it is not counter-strategized effectively.
Sir, when we come to these pinpointed statements that have been made by Sheikh Hasina's son, Sajeeb Wazed, now, he alleges that hundreds of convicted militants jailed during the Awami League's tenure in Bangladesh had been released ever since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, and has also claimed that extremist organizations were now operating openly in Bangladesh, and that includes Hizb ut-Tahrir, which is a designated terrorist organization in India as well, and often even tied to ISIS. Will terror become Bangladesh's newest export? Because we understand that these could be political statements, but is there more to that than just political rhetoric?
Yeah, but Shiban, there is a bigger design in place. We need to look at it holistically to come to a conclusion. And that bigger design, I won't take you far back in time, but let's look at the abrogation of Article 370 and 35 Alpha on 5th of August 2019. And on 9th of August, if I respect my memory, the foreign minister, Mr. Qureshi of Pakistan, had air dash to China. He stayed there for 2 days. And what came out of the visit was a counter strategy to put India in place. Okay, so as a fallout of this counter strategy, what you see, revival of proxy wars south of Pir Panjal ranges, then expansion of terrorism. Pir Panjal ranges and south of it were actually experiencing dormancy, and slowly the proxy war started expanding its tentacles through Hatni Gully into the Srinagar Valley, and around the mid-June, 15th of June 2020, what you saw was the Galwan incident, and after that there was an extended standoff which took place between China. So it is not only Pakistan, there is I call it as a devil's triangle. Take your also mind back to 19th of June 2025 in Kunming. On the sideline of a mega event, the foreign office officials, very senior officials of Pakistan, Bangladesh and China, they had a meeting. When the media inquired as to what was the purpose of the meeting, the Chinese spokesperson went on to say it was just economic collaboration. So what kind of economic collaboration is taking place when there is an extended standoff and almost 79 to 83% of the military hardware of Bangladesh is being imported from China, almost close to similar percentage is being imported by Pakistan. Bangladesh is in direct negotiation with China for the fifth generation aircraft. Pakistan is selling J-10C aircraft directly to Bangladesh. If these kind of transactions are taking place, so what kind of economic collaboration is taking place? And more than that, I would say, Shivan, if you allow me, there was a very important meeting took place in December 2024 between the Prime Minister of Pakistan and Yunus.
Yes.
And this took place. This was a kind of a meeting which very, I would say, very deceitful and clandestine meeting, which actually gave a kind of a turnaround to the very dormant relationship prior to that. Although the violent phase Bangladesh had witnessed was a kind of an opening. ISI was looking for an opening because there is a bigger game when I say, way back in, say, 1990s, Al-Qaeda chief Osama bin Laden had given a declaration that the entire declaration for Islamic fundamentalism to spread all over the planet. So he threatened that India, there is going to be a caliphate cutting across India. But that didn't succeed. Come to 2014, Daesh also made similar kind of announcement. Daesh is ISIS, the Levanta group. Okay, so they couldn't succeed. Since 2014 till 2019, ISIS has been trying its best along with Al-Qaeda, although they don't see eye to eye on many of the issues. They have been trying their best to spread the caliphate. They couldn't succeed. In India, they found that this 5th August 2019 was giving a good trigger. They collaborated, ISI of Pakistan and ISIS, hand in hand, they collaborated. ISI said, we have got sleeper cells in India. Why don't you make use of them? So then started small regional caliphates, one towards West Bengal side, another towards Maharashtra, and one towards the Assam side. And subsequently, I believe, I'm given to understand from open source, the small caliphates are, propping up in different parts of the country. But more than that, you have to understand the turning point actually happened between Bangladesh and Pakistan was when Yunus government, he started, allowing the direct sea trade resumption first time since 1971. This was between August to December 2024. And it was followed by the Pakistani cargo ships, docking at Chittagong port, and they were not subjected to any checks and scrutiny. And third and most important thing you must take note of is the bilateral trade between this duration, August to December 2024. It took a quantum jump by 27% between Pakistan and Bangladesh. And most importantly, also you must take note is the Pakistan foreign minister, he visited Dhaka for the first time after 1971.
Yeah.
And maybe, I would say, number of decades, I would say, the visa procedure was eased out. And the direct flights, like you said in your narrative, in your preamble, that it resumed in January 2026. But all these are further complexized or compounded by the Hamas. The Hamas have been seen, actually, there are many activities which are linked to Hamas in the sense that the flags of ISI and the Hamas have been lately seen in Bangladesh. Number two, the Islamist groups, they have displayed different kinds of activities. The danger of being seen of Bangladesh in this kind is that the international image or the global image of Bangladesh may be taken as becoming tolerant towards these kind of extremist activity. If they do too much, then people will go against them. The terrorists would be given a push, and their further will be taken to next threshold or next level. If they don't do anything, then the world is going to look at Bangladesh as a tolerant state towards the extremists. ISI of Pakistan needs to be understood. They are taking advantage of the situation. Their objective is to have their influence over Bangladesh so that they are able to mobilized the Jamaati Islam, which were actually far and few at the time of 1971. And they had around maximum was 18 seats. This time in the latest election, they have had a figure of 70 out of 300 seats. Mr. Rahman had got 212 out of 300. So that is a big jump as far as Jamaati Islam. Now, Pakistan is trying to enhance its influence in Bangladesh, or that is to re-establish Pakistan's influence, or if that is not possible, then they would like to undermine. This is my understanding and research that I have carried out.
Understood.
If the influence is not possible in Bangladesh, then they would like to undermine the country's image, international standing of providing as a patron support to the terrorist activities. So that's a very dangerous turn which is taking place. And Yunus also,
Sir, I'll just come in there, sir. Just one point. We've understood how, and you've explained it beautifully with your experience and historical perspective on how under the Yunus government and the years before that as well, ever since the abrogation in 2019, the events that have transpired. But currently in 2026, under Tarique Rahman, do you feel it's following the same trajectory?
Absolutely. He is helpless. Tarique Rahman may be having very ambitious and progressive, forward-looking, I would say, developmental objective in his mind. But he's helpless because the Jamaati number from 18, it has jumped to 70. And also he's helpless because there are far too many groups who have come in during Yunus time. They cannot be undone. They cannot be pushed out of Bangladesh. The ISI chief has visited Bangladesh number of times. The ships, the cargo ships which came to Bangladesh number of times, they earlier used to be subjected to some kind of a custom check. The custom check also has been done away with. So these their arms and ammunition. And most dangerous thing, Shivan, is that Turkey and Qatar also have come in a very visible form. Turkey is actually developing an industrial complex at a place in Chittagong Tract, near Chittagong Tract, which was supposed to have been committed and assured to be given to India at one point in time during Sheikh Hasina's time. That has been given to Turkey. And Turkey is making what? Besides the artillery guns, they are making the most formidable and dangerous kinds of drones. These are all killer drones. And besides that, there is also another thing happening, that there are transnational drug trafficking network which is actually spread during Yunus time. Because you take your mind to the Rohingyas. Rohingyas are in 4 different groups under different nomenclature. One of the Rohingya group, if I respect my memory, it is ARA, A-R-A-A. Expansion I don't remember. They have got the capability, demonstrated capability of accumulating wealth out of drug to the tune of 600 crores. Bangladeshi taka, I'm talking of, per month, not per year. This is the capability. So unless the revenue comes, how do they progress in their militant or terrorist activities? More than that, take your mind to Jaish-e-Mohammed. You had Lashkar-e-Toiba. They are being trained in the Ulfa camps. There are 4 different camps bordering along the corridor, Siliguri corridor at one point in time. 2 out of 4 camps are presently being occupied by the training team, wherein the Rohingya, there is a small team concept which is being followed. Small teams being trained in IED manufacturing, IED planting, and also bomb disposal. Also carriage of counterfeit currency. Also how to spread radicalization. These are the new concepts and the names which are coming up. And where do they go? The only target is India. The greater Bangladesh map that you would remember a couple of months or maybe 1 year back, which was displayed, which included Jharkhand, also part of Orissa, West Bengal, northeastern states of India, and I would say Rakhine province of Myanmar. So what does it indicate? This is an ambitious, futuristic plan of the militant activities, which is going to spread all these places, and they would like to have their influence going beyond this. The basic aim of ISIS is to develop Bangladesh into an epicenter of terrorism and develop the caliphate going down south from South Asia, cutting across Southeast Asia towards Australia and New Zealand. This is going to be longest ever caliphate. It may be non-contiguous, but definitely they will have the potential to spread radicalization and carry out violent activities which are detrimental to peace and stability in the region.